Starting new chapter, machine. This is actually according to your books, chapter number 3. Okay. Just listen and notes I think already sent. Machine. A machine is a device which overcomes a heavy load by less effort. Yeah, which reduces the human effort. It is the same technology which reduces human effort by overcoming a heavy load. That is the meaning. Machine can have 4 uses, 4 purposes a machine can be used for. Number 1, to reduce the amount of effort. Means to overcome a heavy load by applying less effort. The machine in which we apply less effort and overcome a heavy load is called force multiplier machine. Such a machine is known as force multiplier, where we are giving less effort and overcoming a larger load, very heavy load. What is the example of force multiplier machine? We have crane, we have bulldozers. We got truck and all. They are also machine because the heavy load they are carrying by less effort. Human effort is less. Yes. Elevator, lift and all. Moving staircase, that is called escalator and all. They all are the example of force multiplier machine. Is it okay? Can you hear me clearly? Okay, if you can't see then at least here, so I am doing nothing right now on the board, just I will look only, just listen to me for the time being. Board is not required right now, I am not writing anything on the board. Number 2, second purpose of machine is, a machine can be used to gain the speed. Such a machine is called speed multiplier machine. What are the example? Vehicles. 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler, all are used to gain the speed. Like gear system is there to gain the speed. Such a machine is known as speed multiplier machine. Now, third purpose of a machine can be used to change the direction of effort to a convenient direction. So, like for example, you got pulleys and all. Pulleys and all allows to apply the effort in a convenient direction, which is downward direction, to lift the load. Yeah, wrenches and all. Now, another one. Yes, hello. Hello. Upal, what happened? Are you hearing or not? Just now, tell me that. Are you able to hear me? Okay, now the fourth purpose is a machine can also change the point of application of effort to the conveniently. Like for example, we have pedal. In a cycle or pedal is put to rotate a spindle, to rotate something we use a handle. Handle makes it easy to rotate. So in the handle or not when we provide to rotate something, then handle changes the point of application of effort all that time and we find it very convenient. So these are the 4 purposes the machine can be used for. Okay, now terms related to a machine you should know. The first one is load. What is load? We say a resistive force overcome by a machine is called load. Resistive force. The force which is overcome by a machine is called resistive force. Now load is denoted by the symbol L and its SI unit is Newton. It is the kind of force only. What is effort? The force applied on the machine to overcome a load is called effort. That means your input force is called effort and the output force is called load. As simple as that. The SI unit of effort is also Newton and denoted by capital E. Okay. Third one is mechanical advantage. What is mechanical advantage? Mechanical advantage is the ratio of load to the effort of a machine. Ratio of load to the effort. That's why we write MA equal to load by effort. L by E. Load by the effort. Is it clear? Can you see the board now? Can you see the board? Load by effort. Just now you said L by E. Mechanical advantage is equal to L by E. That is load upon the effort. Okay, mechanical advantage has no unit because it is the ratio of two similar quantities. Load and effort, they have got same unit. When you divide it, the unit gets cancelled. So it has no unit. When mechanical advantage of a machine is greater than 1, then it acts as a force multiplier. Such a machine is called force multiplier, whose mechanical advantage is more than 1. When the mechanical advantage is less than 1, that machine is called speed multiplier. And then when the mechanical advantage is equal to 1, that time load and effort will be equal. That is called force equalizer, balancing. Balance, we call it balance. Like in beam balance, load and effort are of same values. So their mechanical advantage will be equal to 1, exactly 1. Alright. If the mechanical advantage is 5, mechanical advantage of machine is 5, what is the meaning of it? That means your effort is 1 by 5 times of the load. That means to overcome a load, the effort needed will be 1 upon 5 times of the load. If the load is 100 Newton, how much effort is needed? 1 by 5 times of 100, that is 20 Newton effort. If mechanical advantage of the machine is 10, what is the meaning of it? Of the load. Effort is 1 by 10 of the load. That is the meaning. Okay. If the mechanical advantage is 1 by 3, what does it mean? You like 1 by 3 is equal to L by E, therefore E value will be 3L. 3L, effort will come 3 times of the load. That means you have to give more effort, but you will be gaining the speed. Your effort value is 3 times more than the value of the load, but definitely you will gain in the speed because you are giving more effort and the speed picked up by the load will be more. Okay, that's why it's called speed multiplier. When mechanical advantage of the machine is 1 by 10, what is the meaning of it? Therefore, effort is 10 times of the load. 10L. If E equal to 10L, that means effort is equal to 10 times of the load. I think you understood the meaning. Okay. Yes. Next one is VR. VR is velocity ratio. What is velocity ratio? It is the ratio of two velocities. Velocity of the effort to the velocity of the load. So VR formula we write here VE upon VL. Velocity of the effort to the velocity of the load. Velocity formula is distance upon the time. Here we can write here dE by time. Here also we write here dL by time. Time cancel. Answer left over will be dE by dL. That is velocity ratio has got two formulas. Velocity of effort to the velocity of the load, or distance moved by the effort to the distance moved by the load, or displacement of the effort to the displacement of the load. We can say in simple language. Velocity ratio also has got no unit. Why no unit? Because it is the ratio of two similar quantities. The unit of both the quantities are the same. That's why they are cancelling each other. Ultimately, it has got no unit. Okay. Now, next one is efficiency. Efficiency denoted by the symbol like eta. This is called eta. This symbol is read as eta. Efficiency of a machine formula we have work output to the work input. Work output by the work input. Efficiency tells you how much will be the work done by the machine out of the work done on the machine. That means first we have to work on the machine, then only the machine will work. Machine does not work itself. We have to supply energy to the machine first, then the machine will make use of that energy and will do the useful work. That means efficiency is equal to useful work out of the total amount of work done on the machine, or out of the total energy supplied to it. Suppose we are supplying 100 joule energy to a machine and the machine is doing a useful work of only 80 joule. 20 joule is going as a loss of energy. This efficiency will be 80%. 80 by 100. 80 is the useful work out of 100 joule. So 80 by 100, that is 80%. If I say machine is 90% efficient, that means 10% is the loss of energy in that machine. Machine is 100% efficient, then we say the machine is ideal machine, there is no loss of energy. What is an ideal machine? We say a machine whose efficiency is 100% or 1. In fraction it is 1, percentage it is 100%. This such a machine is called an ideal machine. What is a practical machine? The efficiency less than 1 or less than 100%. They are practical machine because we know in every machine there will be loss of energy mainly due to friction offered by the movable parts of the machine, and normally the loss of energy takes place in the form of heat, sound, unwanted sound we get, unwanted heat generated, and sometimes there will be wear and tear in the machines. These are the loss of energy. It is mainly due to friction. But if we reduce friction, we can increase the efficiency rate. But efficiency of a machine can never be greater than 100%. That is for sure. Why? Because your work output can never be the greater than the work input. That means out of the total energy you supply to the machine cannot do any work extra more than that. It cannot do. At the most, at the maximum, we can do the work equal to the energy supplied to it. Understand? So what is an ideal machine? You understood the definition of ideal machine. There is no ideal machine, your dream machine, there is no such example. Because in every machine there is loss of energy. Though it may not, the machine in which there is no heating effect, there is no sound, such machine you can take as an ideal, or actually there will be some loss, that is for sure. But we may not be observing it. But in every machine there is some loss, little bit loss of friction will be necessarily over there. So there will be some loss of energy always. So that means that no machine is 100% efficient and no machine is an ideal machine. Okay? No example we have. Because in every machine there is, all machines are practical machines. Then we find a relationship between AMA, and efficiency. We find a relationship between them. So you can start with the formula of efficiency. Efficiency denoted by eta. Formula we have work output by work input. Work output. This is the way we derive the relationship or we show. Equal to work input. Work output will be work formula is force into distance. We write a load into distance moved by the load or displacement of the load. Here we will be writing effort into the displacement of the effort. Load by effort will make mechanical voltage. dF by d will make 1 upon dr. Therefore, eta formula will get AB by dr. In percentage form, we write as AB by dr into 100%. Normally, efficiency we find in terms of percentage. We convert into percentage. It is the ratio, but we convert into percentage. So efficiency equal to AB by dr is the relationship between them. Now, for ideal machine, the value of efficiency is 100% or 1. That means AB and dr will be equal. For ideal machine, we write as for ideal machine, AB and dr are equal. AB equal to dr. AB and dr are equal. For practical machine, AB will be less than dr. Because in this there is loss of energy, efficiency will be less than 100%. AA greater than dr is not possible. If that is possible, the efficiency of the machine will be greater than 100%. That means your machine is generating extra amount of energy. So that will go against the law of conservation of energy. A machine works on the principle of conservation of energy only. Okay, when we have to name the working principle of the machine, we say principle of conservation of energy. Okay. Now, question later we say there are three ratios related to a machine. What are they? MA, VR, and efficiency. Write down the relationship between them. Just write efficiency equal to MA by VR. Derive the relationship. Then we have to start from here and end up here or here. How are MA and VR related to each other for an ideal machine? You write this equation. How are they related to each other for practical machine? You write MA less than VR. This A equation we will write. Okay, these three ratios are there to related to a machine. One of the ratio does not change for a machine, for a particular machine. You know which one does not change? Yeah, why VR does not change? VR, velocity ratio for a particular machine does not change, whereas efficiency can be changed, whereas mechanical advantage can be changed. But VR is the displacement by the load, by the displacement by the effort that is already, machine is already made, so that cannot be changed. The distance moved by that. Efficiency can be increased by reducing friction. We know the ways of minimizing or reducing friction. We have to polish the surface. We have to use oil, grease, lubricants. If you reduce the friction somehow, then this one efficiency will increase. With the efficiency increases, the mechanical advantage also will increase. That means you have to give comparatively lesser effort if the friction value is less. You have to give lesser effort and overcome a larger load. Alright, understood? Yes? So today we will till this much, then tomorrow we will complete this chapter. The chapter is quite short, so we will finish by tomorrow. Alright?